Welcome, dear students. We'll continue with Java class. In last class, we have observed different data types: integer literals, floating point literals, character literals, string literals, like that. And in integer itself, we are having various types: int, long, short, byte, like that. In floating, it is a double and float character. The specialty of char is it is of 2 bytes, and boolean means true and false. This is what we discussed, and today we'll see some more details about that. I'll take you to the slides. I'll share the screen. Today we are discussing some more interesting facts about these data types. Among that, the first one is type conversion and casting. Type conversion and casting. What is the meaning of that? Because we are having various data types. Is it possible to convert from one form to another? That is what the discussion. And when you are doing that, you should remember these points. It is common to assign one data type to another, like integer, I'll assign to byte, or I'll assign integer to short, like that. And when you are doing like that, is it possible with all? No, not at all. All types are not compatible. It is not possible float you are assigning to some particular boolean type. Such things are not possible. And when you are doing this, you have to remember certain things, because so implicit and explicit, that concepts comes into picture. Not all type conversions are implicitly allowed. That means some particular case you can assign directly, but for some particular case it is not possible to assign. So what are that cases and how to handle that? That is what today's discussion. Now we'll start with Java's automatic conversion. That means normally when you are writing the programs, this is common practice. Somewhere you will read character, and you wanted to assign that to integer, or you will read integer that you wanted to convert into byte, and somewhere you are reading long and you wanted to convert that into integer type. And when this particular process takes place automatically, that is what we are discussing. And once you learn how to handle this, it will be easy for you to handle with data types. So how Java's automatic conversion takes place? See, there are two types. When you are discussing with that, when you are assigning one data type to another, the two types are should be compatible. Then only it is possible. The destination type is larger than the source type. You can assign, you observed, we are having long of 64 bits and integer of 32 bits, short of 16 bits, byte of 8 bits, is it not? So when you are assigning that, byte is of 8 bit and integer is of 32 bit. So byte you can assign to integer, and because small size you are assigning to large size, that is possible. When you are doing that, it is called automatic conversion. I'll show you the example. See, this is what the structure. And when you are assigning small to bigger, it is called widening. And when you are assigning bigger to small, it is narrowing. Because when you are assigning too small, I'll show you, just wait. See this, we are having byte type data. Byte means it is 8 bits, is it not? And when you are assigning this to integer type variable, integer is of 32 bit. That means
Screen share ಆಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ.
8 bit is uh, 8 bit is converted to, just wait, waiting students. 8 bit is converted to 32 bit. So this particular concept is called widening. And like that reverse, if I assign integer is of type 32-bit. If I am assigning this to byte type, then it is narrowing. If you write like this, it is like 8-bit, 32-bit size integer type. I am assigning to 8-bit byte type. That is also possible. And this particular concept is called narrowing. How to do this all? That is what our today's
ಸರ್
discussion.
ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಶೇರ್ ಆಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್.
Okay, wait. ಈಗ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ?
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್.
ಓಕೆ, ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಿದ್ಯಲ್ಲ? See, our today's discussion is type conversion and casting. Type conversion means how one data type you can assign to another type. It is generally it is not possible because all data types are not compatible. Compatible means some particular like integer you can assign to byte, or byte you can assign to chart, like that. But in some cases it is not possible. In which case it is not possible, that is what we are discussing today. Java's automatic conversion means two types should be compatible and destination type should be larger than the source type. What is the meaning of that? The concept, see, byte is of type 8 bits, that you are assigning to 32-bit integer type. That means byte of 8-bit you are assigning to integer of 32-bit. That means 8 is chunked into 32. That is called widening. Like that reverse, integer you are assigning to byte. That means 32-bit integer you are assigning to 8-bit byte. So that is called narrowing. Okay, how to do that? That we'll discuss today. See this byte you can assign to short because byte is of 8-bit, it is 16-bit, and 16-bit byte, 8-bit byte and 16-bit short you can assign to integer type because integer is of 32-bit. Character it is of 16-bit, you can assign that to integer type, and integer type you can assign to long type. Okay, integer you can assign to float, long you can assign to float, integer you can assign to double, long you can assign to double, float you can assign to double. See, for doing this, it is automatically takes place, automatic type conversion that Java allows. That means if you write one variable of type byte, see, just look at the example. Anyway, in detail I'll show you, but for time being, type B, like that I'll assign. You can assign this byte to any particular integer type variable. That means in the program, if I declare integer type int A, you can directly assign B to A. So it takes place automatically. It is not necessary to typecast. What is typecast? That I'll tell you later. But this is what meaning automatic. If you assign, it will take. Okay, so this is what we are dealing with. See how this particular casting is incompatible. That we'll see. See, explicitly making the value narrower so that it will fit into the target type. When you are doing this, you have to mention what is the target type value. I'll show you the example for this. See, let us consider int A, byte B. One variable is of type int and another variable is of type byte. When you are doing that, see this, you have to explicitly you have to convert, because A is of type integer and B is of type byte. Widening always takes place explicitly, but narrowing will not take place explicitly, because byte type you are assigning to integer means it takes place automatically, but integer type you are assigning to byte means you have to typecast. How you have to typecast? It is like this. See, int A you declared, byte B you declared. Okay, if you are assigning I'll show you. If you are assigning A B to A, that you can directly you can do. But if you are assigning this A to B, that means doing this is an error. Directly it will not take. Then what you have to do, because you have to convert first this integer into byte. Okay, so A, you will convert that into byte because you are storing this to byte type. So this is what you are doing. Okay, so this is how the typecasting takes place. We'll see the example. I'll just our programming syntax. Normally, what we are doing, class A, open brace, public static void main string arg. That also we have written. So make the common practice of representing class A public static void main like that. Then we will declare variable byte b and integer I is equal to 259. We'll initialize. Now we'll define double type also. Three variables I defined. One is of type byte and another is of type int and another is of type double. I initialized I with integer value and d with our floating point value. By default it is double. Byte I just declared. Now I will assign integer type to byte. Okay, so you know that integer byte b means it is 8-bit. 8-bit means, who don't know about bit values, see 8 bits. 8-bit is the size of byte. So maximum it will hold 2 to the power of 8. That is what the size. That means total size is 256 is what 1 byte means. 1 byte means 2 to the power of 8. That is 256 bits. Now I assigned int I is equal to 259. Now what I am doing is I am assigning integer value to byte type, and I am explicitly typecasting that because whenever you are applying narrowing, okay, you have to assign that. Smaller to bigger directly automatically takes place, but bigger is assigned to smaller, you have to explicitly typecast. Now, is it possible to tell what is the output of this? I will print the value of B. Is it possible to tell what is the value of that? Because I am assigning the value, you just type the value what you are expecting from this particular syntax. I declared 259 as integer value, and I am assigning this to byte. What value you can expect? Because you know that maximum size of byte is 256. I assigned integer 259. I am assigning this to byte type. So what is the output of this? Is it possible to guess? Anyway, I'll give you the solution, how it will be. Anyway, you know that if I assign instead of 259, I will take the example. If I assign I is equal to 200, first we'll see this. If I is equal to 200 and I am assigning this to byte type, then what is the value you are expecting? The output will be 200 itself, because it is within 256. Please remember, if I is assigned to within 256, the value is 256 itself. I is equal to 200, it is 200 itself. But I assigned I is equal to 259, it is more than 256. Then how that will be computed? Okay, it will be computed like this. Okay, 259 modulus of 256. 259 modulus of 256. Modulus means 259 you are dividing with 256. Okay, when you are dividing this, 256 ones are 256, the remainder is 3. So this is what the output of this statement. You will get the output 3. That means after applying modulus of 256, you will get the output. If I is equal to 200, 200 modulus 256 is 200 itself. Okay, but when it is more than 256, it will apply modulus and output of B. That means the value stored in B will be 3, because you are reducing integer, you are converting into byte type. 259 is represented in byte as 3. Okay, because it is 256 is the maximum size of byte, and it will apply modulus and it will print the result. Like that, if I assign our double type to integer, double is 64 bits, integer is 32 bit, so explicit typecasting is needed. You can't do that automatically because size is less, is it not? So your double is converted into int. Then how that value takes place? Just if you print the value of I, okay, see, when double is converted to integer, this particular fraction part, that is this particular part. So if you are doing in the mobile, you just enlarge. If to visible this particular slide, to see this closely, you can enlarge. Okay, the value of I. See, this fraction part I'll skip, and only the integer it will display, that is 323 is the output. It will neglect after decimal the values what is there, that will be cancelled, and the whole number only it will display, and you will get the output 323. This is what happens when double is converted to integer. Okay, that fractional part it will omit, and when you are applying with the integer into byte, it will apply the modulus of 256 and you will get the result. And after that, close the loop. I think it is clear. And anyway, today I'll show you the demo also. See, one more question for you. See, I'll convert rather than integer into byte, I'll convert this particular decimal, that means the double value into byte. So you know that double, if you wanted to convert into byte, explicitly you have to write in the braces, it is of type byte. That you will do. Okay, if you print the value of B, what you will get? Any answer? When you are converting double into byte, what value you can expect? Okay, please type the value, what you are getting. The value, that means you are assigning 323 point something, is it not? 323.56 you are assigning, 323.56 you are assigning, it is of double type. You wanted to convert, that means you wanted to assign that value to byte type. So what is the value you are expecting? If you convert 323.56 to byte, how it is possible? Yes, very good. It is 69. How it is 69? Just I'll show you. See this. When you are converting, you know that whenever double value is converted into integer type, this particular fractional part we are always neglecting. That means 323 is actually the value. But when you are converting that into byte, you know that byte is of type maximum 256 bits. Okay, so you have to write 323 modulus mod of 256. Okay, it is what you have to do. 323. That means when you are applying 323 with our 256, you know that 256 when you are applying That means we don't know how to calculate modulus. Just I am showing. See this. This is what remainder is 67. So 67 is less than 256. So that is the answer. So the value of B is 67. Is it clear? This is what how to compute when the type conversion takes place. Some particular part will be truncated. This is how it happens when you are assigning our floating point or double. The particular fractional part will be ignored by the integer, and when you are converting into byte type, it will make it according to its arrangement. Okay, so that is what how that is represented. Then another important concept, just will declare two variables automatically how this particular promotion takes place. See, byte A is equal to 40, byte B is equal to 30. Let us consider. Now I'll declare one more variable, byte C is equal to 100. Like that you can assign. Now let us compute A multiplied by B slash C. That means A is of type byte, B is of type byte, and after that C is also of type byte. See, all are of type byte. I wanted to assign this to some byte type. Whether it will allow? No. You have to convert, you have to assign that to integer. That means you please remember one important point at this particular stage. That is, whenever you are doing any evaluation, see, this is evaluation. Is it not? You are multiplying, you are dividing, whatever the operation you are performing, it after this particular operation, automatically it is turned into integer type. Automatically it is turned into integer type. It will not remain in byte itself. Automatically. Okay, it is not necessary to worry. It is the rule. After any byte operation, after computation, it is turned into integer. So you have to catch that to integer type itself. It is not like a byte. If you write like this, you will get an error. Because after this, whenever you are observing this particular evaluation, you please remember automatically it will expand into higher promotion. It is called promotion. Okay, automatic. It is promoted to higher version. That is integer type. So you have to catch to integer. Like one more. See, byte A is equal to 40, and I will compute A into 2. Is it possible to assign like this? If I assign A, I will multiply with twice, and I will assign to that itself. It is an error, because once the particular evaluation takes place, it is turned into integer. It is turned into integer. Once I will evaluate, that is turned into integer. But I wanted to store in A itself. You understood now the concept? I initialized byte A is equal to some party or something like that, and I am making double. I'll multiply by that with the 2, and I wanted to assign there itself. But you know that whenever the computation takes place, it becomes integer type. But I don't want to store that as int. Then what to do? I wanted to store there itself. Yes. Whenever you are doing like that, you have to typecast. That's all. Okay. So I wanted to store in A itself means you have to typecast. You just observe whenever you are doing that. Okay. See, you evaluated A into 2. You wanted to store in A itself. Okay. So you have to write explicitly it is of type byte. Even though A is byte, but once the evaluation takes place, it will not uh, keep that as byte itself. But you wanted to assign to A itself, that is what your logic, then you make it explicitly byte. Okay, so that is what very important point you should know how this particular promotion takes place. Promotion always takes place to higher end. At this particular stage, I wanted to show you one more information. Like just I'll open the Google. Just type. Is it visible? Whether you are observing the browser, you just type yes. Whether you are observing the browser, Google. Okay, thank you. Now what I'll do is I'll open online Java compiler. See, first we'll work with online Java compiler. In the Google, if you type, once again, I'll show you. See, in the Google, you just search online Java compiler because you are observing the mobile. So that installing all these things, I'll show you later. But immediately, if you wanted to execute the program, it's better you open Java compiler so that in your mobile itself, you can see the output. See, when you are opening that, by default, this page will come and it is main Java always. Okay. So here class, hello world, public static void main, string args, all these things will be as it is. So system.out.print hello world. It will be there. Okay. You just run this program, run command will be there. You will get the output hello world. Okay. Just see this. I'll do some particular operation. I'll int a comma b comma c, like that. I'll declare three variables. I'll make a is equal to 100 and b is equal to 20, c is equal to 30. Okay. Then after hello world, just I'll append. Okay, see this. This is what we work. I wanted to display a plus b plus c. See, when I'll execute this command, run, I'll get 100, 20, 30. I already told, whenever you are appending, it will print as it is. You observe, you are getting 100, 20, 30. And if I wanted to compute that, means what I'll do, I'll make a plus b inside the braces, extra braces. Then it will be added. That means 100 plus 20 plus 30. You will get 150. Okay. So this is how online you can immediately you can see the result and you can try with that. See, one more thing what we experienced today, that also I'll show you. We'll declare one byte b as it is and we'll declare one integer I is equal to 259, like that we mentioned, is it not? And one double type D we mentioned, that is 323.56 or something like that. Okay. Now first what we'll do is we'll assign our integer to B. See, like I am assigning B to I. That means I value I am assigning to B and I will print value of B. B is of type byte. You know that it is not possible. Why it is not possible? Because integer you can't assign directly to B. See this? In running this, you'll get an error because it is an error. But is it possible reverse? Okay, what I'll do is I'll assign byte to B to I, but B is not having any value, but still we'll see what it displays. It is not initialized, variable not initialized. Anyway, if I initialize, I'll make it b is equal to 0. You'll get output 0 because you can do I is equal to b because b is of type byte, I is of type integer. So this is perfectly valid. Okay. Now we'll see what we have to do. We have to write b is equal to I, that is fine, but you have to typecast explicitly to byte. This is what we did, is it not? Okay, you'll see the output, what we are getting. To give the space, inside the double close so that the gap will be visible to see your output properly. It is a little bit slower. Uh, this is how you can see the output. For that purpose, just I am showing. See this, the value what actually it will compute. Okay, I wanted to display B, not I. Okay, so just we'll see. See 3. This is what the output we expected. Like that, if you assign B to double, sorry, that means we'll assign D value to B. You see what the output you are getting. 67 you supposed to, is it not? So this is what 67 you got. And one more thing, like if you wanted to compute, okay, if you wanted to compute B twice, and if you wanted to assign that to B itself, so that is not possible. That's what I told. You will get the error when you are displaying that, because it will be typecasted to higher version, is it not? So I'll explicitly write that as, because it is promoted as integer. So you are expecting B should be of integer type. So what I'll do is I'll convert explicitly to byte. Okay. This now you'll get the value what is expected. Okay. Minus 122. Okay. B is multiplied with 2. B is already 67. 67 into 2. And once again, you are typecasting that. You are getting this particular value. Okay, so this is how to work with online compiler. Just this is for your information. You please don't listen and keep quiet. Immediately you type and you experience how this particular operation works. And one more just rule, just I'll show you normally how this particular promotion rules works. See, we'll declare so many different variables. Byte B is equal to 42. Byte B is equal to 42. Character C is A. Short S is equal to 1024, like that. And one integer is of 50000, floating point. C, observe float means extra F I put, which indicates that it is not double, it is float itself, and then double value. See, after doing this, I wanted to do some operation. F multiplied by B. Floating point, when multiplied by B, it is promoted to float, whichever the higher version, for that it will be converted. So it is converted into float. Like that, I by C, integer and character, it is promoted to integer. Then double and short, it is promoted to double. So F and B, when you are doing that, it is promoted to floating point. Floating point. I by C is promoted to integer. D by C is promoted to D. And F addition with integer is promoted to F. Okay. And F is added with D is promoted to D itself. So finally, the result should be stored to double type to get the result. Okay, so this is how the computation promotion takes place. Higher version, whenever float and byte is multiplied, it is converted into float. Whenever integer and character, it is converted into integer. Double and short, it is double. Double and float, it is double. Okay, so finally, which is the higher version? For that, you are assigning the variable. Okay, so this is about the promotion rules. So today we learned type conversion and casting incompatible types, automatic type promotions, automatic promotion rule. With this, we stay tuned for next important topic, that is Java arrays that we'll discuss in next class. Thank you.